There's no running water. Food is very scarce, and in order to provide for your own families, they actually have kids working. I remember me working the fields as a 5-year-old, 6-year-old. I was actually cutting wood with an axe. I was 7 years old. I didn't recognize my dad. He had crossed grandma's gate, and my dad takes the axe away from me and says, "What are you doing?" And I politely said, "Who are you?" And he goes, "I'm your dad." And I just looked at him, and I knew that my life was gonna change. My name is Lendel. I came to the United States when I was 7 years old. My dad was always telling us that education is a way out. I always wanted to make my family proud because I wanted to always say, yes, I graduated from college, I have a degree. Back in 2018, I just decided to focus on myself, and I said, you know what, I need to better myself, I need to educate myself in the field of study. And so contacted Columbia Southern, and I saw that they had a really great bachelor's program on occupational safety. I know safety, I care about safety. I was out in the field working as a laborer, as a carpenter, so I understand what it takes to actually build something. And on the safety side, it allows me to train people how to work safely. That way they can go home at the end of the day to their families, just how they came in at the beginning of the day. Dad, when he was around, one of the things that he instilled with us is don't forget where you came from. My goal is eventually to take the knowledge that I'm learning here as a contractor building wastewater and water treatment plants, is eventually taking what I know and building these resources back home in Guatemala. I'm always going to remember that little boy that was back home in Guatemala struggling, and then the struggles that it took us to get to the United States, and receiving this diploma from Columbia Southern is definitely going to be something that I will always cherish. If I was talking to my 7-year-old self, I'll basically tell him to never give up, to know that there's always going to be challenges. And I remember that with life, you can't always predict what's going to happen. And so you have to take those challenges head on and not give up. Regardless of what's ahead, regardless of what you're seeing, just know that at the end of the day, everything's going to be okay.